Rusame reader, Crow Song! And today I will be reading to you from Stars and Moonflowers in Our Garden by Rainbow Star _772. That's me! Now, on to Chapter 39, Remembered Dreams and Coming Storms. Russia found himself smiling as he walked back to his room. Dinner had been odd. His father had questioned where he'd been the night before and why he hadn't been in his room when Soviet had come to wake him. He just told him that he'd had a nightmare, went to the person he'd lost in it to reassure himself that they were alive and that they'd let him stay the rest of the night. He didn't mention who it was, especially since he was in front of his siblings. He really didn't want to end up like his sister Ukraine, who had sneezed on him before he headed to his room. It obviously wasn't on purpose. She probably was just minorly sick. Once he stepped into his room, he looked around, greeting his cats, Anatoly and Tux. He pet Anatoly and attempted to pet Tux before taking a seat on his bed. His face heated up as he was hit by the dream. He'd been cuddling America on his bed. They were dating, and then they'd started to do things. He'd started to mess with his neck and slide his hands up and down his body. He blushed even harder, grabbing the journal from its place in the drawer. He then walked over to his chair by the window and started writing down the dream. He couldn't tell America what that dream was about. It'd definitely make him uncomfortable. Or, at least, he was pretty sure it would. Once he had it written down in the journal, he closed his inkwell, put his quill away, and then closed and returned the journal to its home in the drawer of his bedside table. Maybe if he didn't fuck up his chances when he revealed he was Neeks, he could tell America he had those sorts of dreams about him. Or he could fuck up his chances by asking America about how he felt being someone they dreamed about. Though he quickly dismissed that idea. It'd make America uncomfortable. America was someone he wanted to make feel comfortable and safe. Soon, he saw America wander over to the camomiles and start gently tending to them. But before he found the letter, Russia spotted Argentina. She seemed to be trying to sneak up on America. Russia knew he couldn't let anything happen to him, so he quickly left his room quietly. As quickly as he could, he got outside and went over to the camomiles. He only made an effort to hide his footsteps when he risked waking up his siblings. Once he was getting closer to America, he made no effort to hide the urgency of his walk, just getting over to him as quickly as he could, hoping he got there before Argentina did. He gently wrapped America in a hug, relaxing a little upon doing so, because, at least now, he knew if Argentina were to approach America, he wouldn't have to deal with her alone. Hey, Mons Leo, what's wrong? America asked. His tone was gentle and soft. The Latin translates to mountain lion. Just saw her coming towards you, Russia mumbled, gesturing in the general direction of Argentina. Didn't want to leave you alone to deal with her. At least, not again, he thought to himself. Leaving America to deal with the shitty homophobe alone, especially when he knew he could help, felt unforgivable. Thanks for the warning, Russ. You don't have to stick around. I can deal with her on my own. America smiled softly at him as he said it. Niet, I help or stay with you until she leaves. Russia insisted, not letting go of America. You need sleep, so you can't stay with me while I garden. Oh, there's something in the flowers. See? Russia pointed out, opting to pretend to notice his own letter. He hoped that the little buffer would push America into being willing to do something other than stubbornly continue to care for the plants. He let go of America so that he could get the letter. He averted his eyes, really not wanting to end up staring at America's behind. He looked back and saw that America was standing up. Though, admittedly, he'd looked a second or two too long at America's butt. He hoped America hadn't noticed, though. Ah, thank you, Mons Leo. It's a letter from my friend. America sounded genuinely happy, making a sound that was very close to a purr. Russia shrugged it off, though he did find the noise very cute. If he could scoop America up and get him away from Argentina, he gladly would, though he wasn't sure America would be okay with him doing so, and the healer's comfort was of utmost importance to him. Russia hugged America gently and smiled at him. Holding America close always felt great, and it didn't seem to make him uncomfortable when he did it. America slightly went into the hug, giving him a half hug. The healer seemed intent on not damaging the letter in any way, which was nice. Russia eventually let go of the hug and smiled at America. He looked around, wanting to see if Argentina was still hiding nearby. He didn't see her anywhere nearby, so it was likely safe, but he wanted to stay with America a little longer, just in case. I don't see her anymore, but will you mind if I stay with you for a while? Russia asked, hoping America would humor him. No, but I'm going to walk you back to your room, though, America said, giving him a small smile. Russia sighed a little, but knew protesting wouldn't get him anywhere. America wanted to get him back to his room, so that's what would happen. It didn't mean he wouldn't worry about America, far from it. He didn't want Argentina to show her ugly mug around America anytime soon, but he was worried she would. Russia hoped this would be enough of a buffer time for her to give up for the night and leave America alone. All right, he said, stopping himself from sighing again. He was worried, but knew America would be fine on his own. America smiled at him again and gave him another half-hug before beginning to lead him to his room. Once they were there, Russia gave America another hug before he went back to gardening. America let out a quiet laugh and smiled at him. Good night, Russ. See you tomorrow. Russia smiled a little as he slowly pulled away from the hug. Good night, Zebdia. Russia waved bye to America before going back into his room. He closed his window, getting the distinct feeling it was going to rain, which was backed up by how Anatoly was going about grooming himself. And that's the end of this chapter. I hope you enjoyed. Anyway, I'd like to invite you to join the Discord, which is linked down in the description below. That being said, I hope you have a nice rest of your day, night, or whatever it is for you. Just enjoy your time. And I will see you tomorrow!